Uh, I just have a short message, and the title for today is Forgiveness. Was led by the Lord to deal with this topic, considering the racial tensions and injustices we've been seeing. Um, so I want to say a quick prayer and just get on right into the message. Heavenly Father, we ask you to bless the word as it comes forth. Give people the ears to hear the words that I'm saying, that you've given to me to give to them, and let people bring their burdens and their problems to you, Father, and let things go. Um, okay, so the topic is forgiveness. The scriptures that I would like to use are Matthew 6:14, and it says, "For if ye forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you." Then secondly, Colossians 3:13, "Forbearing one another and forgiving one another, if any man have a quarrel against any, even as Christ forgave you, you also do ye." Okay. Chances and injustices, because when you profile, you're arrested wrongfully, it creates some evil in your heart towards those who mistreated you. You have anger, you have wrath, you have rage, you have fear, and that will cause you to look at the person who did it sideways. That would cause you to hate that person, and God does not want that. Clean and pure of any unforgiveness, any hate, any of those type of things, because it's a burden to us. It causes you, just your mind and your thoughts are just not in a good place, and God says forgive. God says forgive. He says, even Matthew 6:14, "For if you forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you." And forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel against you, forgive them. I know that's hard when you've been brutalized. And sisters, in the streets, this happening, not just to African Americans, even to whites. We can't have ill feelings toward the police in our heart, because all police aren't bad. All police aren't doing evil. All police aren't doing these heinous crimes to people. It's a few, and it's a lot of cases. But overall, I've always believed that police, they have an honorable position. They do good in the community. So we have to keep our heart clean for us and for God. I just say dig deep and talk to the Lord. Pray. If you went through any of these problems, pray and ask God to move these ill feelings. If you've seen your sons or daughters go through this, ask God to help you forgive, help you to relinquish the hate and the animosity in your heart toward the policeman for you, so that you can have forgiveness, so that you can have peace of mind. And my testimony is, I've always believed in police. Police are good. They're public servants. Until I had an incident with the police where the traffic stop. I just didn't want to be pulled over. I had my ID. There was nothing wrong. So I turned the other way. So they followed me. I was pulled over. 7 cars pulled me over. They asked me had I been drinking. He made all kind of accusations against my character. Just knew something was wrong because I avoided the traffic stop. I just didn't want to, wasn't maybe the best decision, but I just didn't want to be bothered. So they assumed something was wrong. He accused me of being, give me a breathalyzer. So he knew there was nothing there. So they tried to play good cop, bad cop, and get me to admit to something. Do I have drugs in my car? I'm like, no. So they searched my vehicle. I did have a prescription bottle in there, but I mean, you could easily read what it was. Nothing illegal. So I was put in handcuffs, arrested. He wrote up 7 tickets, 2 pages. Each ticket was like 2 or 3 pages, the police report, accusing me of reckless driving and a lot of other charges. And I was furious. I literally could not see. I was saw red every time I thought of police. And then, made bond. And when I got out, I went on a vacation for a week. Someone had my car. The person said that they were followed by the police that week. Once I got my car back, I was pulled over 2 more times by the same police officer that arrested me, accusing me of being on drugs and different things, to the point where one time he pulled me over. Another police officer came by. I begged the other police officer, because I knew him, to come by, because I did not trust this guy, to stand watch. And I called the office again and spoke to the sergeant and said that I'm being harassed. And thank God he did come by. And when I did this, there was no problem. But after this, I had ill feelings in my heart to the police. I couldn't stand the police. Until one day, and I'm a Christian. I believe in forgiveness. I believe in loving your brother as yourself. I believe in these things. So one day I'm on the way to work and I'm late. So I'm speeding. I'm being honest. I was speeding to get to work on time. And the police pulled me over. And I'm like, oh man. So he comes to the door. He says, Roger, he comes to the door and he looks at me and says, your foot must be really heavy. And I'm like, I'm looking at my foot. What are you talking about? And he says, because you sure are driving fast. And he bust out in laughter. And I'm like, okay. And he said, slow down, brother. Gave me a warning and sent me on my way. And at that moment, it was like God was like, see, you can't have these ill feelings in your heart toward police because of what was done to you. That was an aha moment. That was God showing me to help me get over the ill feelings that I had toward policemen after years of believing in the system. He used that one police officer who should have wrote me up and should have given me a ticket, but did not. Showed me what mercy or grace or whatever it was, and even was pleasant. He was very pleasant. So after that, I just forgave him. I forgave police officers. I asked God for forgiveness of me for allowing that evil to rise up in my heart and my spirit. And I just encourage all my brothers and sisters, if you have ill feelings in your heart, let it go. Ask God to help you. God will carry your burdens. He will help you to forgive. And I be strong. He says, vengeance is mine. God has our back. And even when man doesn't, we don't see justice by man, we can always vindicate us. So that's the message for today. God bless you. Till the next time.